Dane Owens told detectives,
I didn't even pull the trigger or anything like it. All I remember is it went off.
His voice stayed calm, his words deliberate. The detective didn't raise his tone. He simply asked,
So you walk up, you walk in, and are we just talking almost instantly? You hear her get up, she comes around the corner as you said, and the shot goes off. Why didn't you just pull up, I guess, to the house? What did you think would happen if she saw you or saw your car?
That's when the story began to crack. His accident was never an accident. It was strategy disguised as panic.
But she came around and just startled me, just pulled it.
But the pertinent questions are who this evil man is, what happened on October the 3rd, 2016, and how detectives psychologically trap him with a perfect bait.
What are you thinking as you get out of your car and you walk up to that house?
Maybe she'll just listen to me.
Why do you need the gun to get her to do that?
Welcome back to my channel. I don't have many followers, but your single comment is a ray of hope for me. On the cool morning of October 3rd, 2016, in Wichita, Kansas, 28-year-old Dane Owens drove through quiet suburban streets under a pale autumn sky. The air was crisp, the kind that carries stillness before something tragic. Owens, a former Army veteran struggling with pain and PTSD, parked his father's silver Nissan truck a short distance from his ex-girlfriend Rowena Irani's home. It was around 11:30 a.m. when he walked toward the house, armed with his .45 caliber Smith & Wesson pistol. Rowena, 22, had recently ended their brief relationship, fearing his intensity. Inside, she sat at the dining table, unaware of his arrival. Owens entered through the unlocked door after letting in her dog. Moments later, a gunshot shattered the calm. Rowena fell instantly. Owens claimed it was an accident, but the detectives called him in for interrogation. Today we will focus on the psychological elements of this interrogation.
It's about 7:52 p.m., so 1952. And today is October 3rd. I've tried to think in terms of date, then month, but I've always gone month, date.
Time goes by so fast, too.
And this is room number 3. Your first name's Dane?
Yes, sir.
How do you spell it?
D-A-N-E.
What's your middle initial, Dane?
T.
And your last name?
Owens, O-W-E-N-S.
Now I'm going to ask you a set of questions here that I ask everybody I talk to. Some of them sound a little strange to people because they're sitting there thinking, why is he asking me that?
Mm-hmm.
But I ask everybody.
Okay.
Have you been drinking today?
Yes.
Alcohol?
I had one beer.
You know what kind of beer?
It was that root beer stuff.
Was it good?
No.
And
I'm not really a drinker. I actually don't really drink at all.
Okay. When was it you took that? Do you know?
I actually had that shortly before the, what was it, like, I'd say like 6-ish.
Okay. Were you drunk?
No.
Okay. You're not drunk now, are you?
No, sir.
Okay. Okay. Did you use any medication that you're not supposed to use today?
At the very start, detectives engaged Dane in casual conversation, asking about his name, job, handedness, and military service. This isn't just formality, it's strategic baseline building. By observing his natural tone, rhythm, and body language when discussing neutral topics, detectives later compare these cues against his behavior when lying or under stress.
No.
Take any drugs? Marijuana, cocaine,
I don't do any
meth,
drugs or
heroin?
anything like that.
You didn't get high today?
I mean, on the medicine, when I took all that hydro, yes,
Sure.
but I don't believe in doing drugs and all that stuff.
Okay. Do you feel like you're still high from the medication you took?
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
Not as bad as I was. Of course, I came to bar and The water
Okay.
helped. But yeah,
Okay.
I'm still a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
You read and write English okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you wear glasses or anything?
I do. It's kind of weird. I have like a 20/10 vision, but my eyes just get tired fast, and so it kind of just to help in the evening and stuff like that.
Okay.
Just to see clearer.
Okay. Do you know that we're police officers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I mean, we're not in uniform or anything. But...
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, tell me this. Considering the pills you took, the beer you drank, do you feel like you are not able to make free and willing voluntary decisions as far as whether or not to talk to us?
I can make it. I can. I'm coherent enough for that.
Okay. Okay. You understand you're at City Building in Wichita. You're in our interview room.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes,
talking to a couple police officers.
Yes, sir. I know.
Okay.
Space and offering.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that you understand. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Because we're going to go over your rights here in a minute. I want to make sure you understand those because I don't know exactly what all's going on or where this is all going to go. But I certainly don't want to later have someone say, why didn't you read him his rights or, something so like that. There's always somebody that's going to be looking over our shoulder that's wanting to know why we didn't follow what's our normal protocol.
I understand.
Which is what this is. Okay.
Before moving into accusation territory, detectives keep the tone calm and conversational. They let Dane speak freely about his life, medication, and relationships, giving him a sense of control. This taps into the foot-in-the-door technique, a principle where compliance with small requests, like answering casual questions, increases the likelihood of compliance with larger ones, like confessing to a shooting.
Could you just initial right there? All that for me means is that you've read that, not that anything else. Okay. Can you read that next line?
Oh, yes, sir. You have the right to remain silent.
Do you understand what that means?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Anything you say can be used against you in court.
You understand that one?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions and have him with you during questioning.
You understand that?
I do, and I'm not gonna lie, I've never, this whole situation, of course, it's, it's a situation, and I've never been in anything like this, so I'm not, 100% sure what I'm, supposed to be doing, everything like that. I mean, I'm gonna be honest to the best of not to the best of my ability, but I'm not trying to hide anything. I just want.
Okay.
I want us to be honest.
Well, the statement's pretty self-explanatory, don't you think? What does it mean to you?
Basically, to me, it means that if I need advice from a lawyer, I guess. That's all I can really take from it. Like I have to.
It essentially says that, and it doesn't essentially, it says you have the right, it's your right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we ask you any questions about what happened today. Okay? And to have him with you during questioning if you wanted to. That would be your right.
Dane repeatedly agrees to small statements. Yes, I understand my rights. Yes, I want to be honest. Yes, I'm coherent. Each affirmation builds a chain of micro-commitments, making it psychologically harder for him to backtrack later. The consistency principle shows that people strive to appear consistent with prior statements and self-image.
Well, Dane, like the officers told you, I think, coming up here, we want to talk about what happened with Rowena today. Is it Rowena?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I get, you've been telling me here the last few minutes that you want to be honest. You want to tell us, this is what you want to do. Yeah. So, I'm more than happy to sit back and listen. Okay, that's the easiest way. So, I guess, can you give us a little idea what happened today?
Can I do background information?
Sure, feel free.
Well, I'll pretty much kind of just start kind of from the beginning or whatever. We've been friends for 5 years, a little over 5 years. We started. We've kind of had this on and off dating, wanting to date kind of thing going on for the past 5 years, but it never worked out. XYZ, whatever. And the reason why I want to explain all this other stuff is it does have a purpose. I'm not just trying to waste time, I promise.
You're good.
Well, we've been dating, and it would have been 2 months from the 24th of September. It would have been 2 months, so we started dating like July 24th. And I guess I've been dealing with a lot of stuff. Just day after day. Getting up every day is just difficult with all the pain and just, friends getting killed, just the war trauma stuff. And it's not an excuse, but I'm just saying it's been like that for me. I've tried to find help. I'm an introvert, so I keep things built up inside.
When Dane begins discussing his PTSD, pain, and emotional struggles, detectives refrain from judgment. They show empathy and allow him to frame himself as a victim of circumstance. This is minimization, a common interrogation tactic that reduces the perceived moral gravity of the act.
This may seem very contradicting, but I'm a very caring person. I'll go out of my way to help anyone and anything, and so when it was last week, she was just kind of acting just kind of funny. It's really weird. And I was like, is everything okay? Or, what's going on? And then, she just, basically just kind of said, it's like, I just don't think, she's kind of doing the thing where she doesn't think, it'll work out because of something way, way, way in the future. I'm just like, well, doesn't seem logical to me, whatever, okay. And the biggest thing is, okay, can I write something just so that way you guys can understand this kind of mess. So, what do we know? Rashad's her brother. And then he and Asha are married. And then Mizbah is Asha's sister. So, and I've been best friends with Asha and Mizbah. Since I got out of the military, I went back home here I went to Wichita State for a semester, and that's where I met them.
Throughout the interrogation, detectives affirm Dane's self-image as a good person and honest man. They agree with his statements about wanting to help or his caring nature. By reinforcing this identity, they subtly motivate him to act consistently with it. According to self-perception theory, individuals infer their attitudes from observing their behavior.
And of course, Rashad, I met him too. And we've all been friends, good friends, everything like this. And Rowina's kind of been the drama one of all of them. And so once stuff has kind of been, I don't know, it's been picking up and acting weird for me for about the past month, and I've been asking for my friends, hey, would you want to help me, or and like, and specifically those two, they just kind of leave me high and dry or whatever, cool. And I'm not trying to someone that, and this is gonna sound weird, but like, so I asked Rowena, I was like, what's going on? And she was just like, oh, whatever. And I'm just like, this is the second time I've just asked you. I'm just clarifying what's going on. And then I would ask her, so I was like, hey, is everything all right with your sister? Just try to be normal. I'm not trying to create drama. I'm not trying to harass. I'm not trying to do any of that shit. And so, and he was like, well, do you disrespect my relationship with my sister? He can't really tell you. I'm like, I completely understand that. And so then I asked Rowena, I didn't even ask her, the other day, I just sent her a text, just like, because we've been friends for 5 years. I was just like, hey, what's going on? How was work? And then she just, right after that, blocks me from everything. And then Rashad's like, you need to just stop talking to her because, she'll press charges and all this stuff. I'm just like, I just asked her how her day was. She never gave me an indication of anything that was like, stop, whatever. I'm just trying to be your friend.
Detectives give Dane space to tell his story in his own words. This isn't kindness, it's tactical, allowing long, uninterrupted storytelling exploits memory reconstruction theory, which states that fabricated memories require higher cognitive resources and become inconsistent over time.
I understand she didn't want to do this, whatever, fine, cool. And so then, I would try and ask, Officer or Misbah, hey, just to talk, just to vent. And of course, no, they didn't want to do it. And I'm just like, all right, because I'm just like, all right. So I had no one really to vent to. And then I would vent to a couple of I tried to talk to my mom, and because my mom's good friends with all of them too. And so I would try and talk to my mom. I was like, hey, what's... she asked me, hey, how are things doing? I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that well. She's like, all right, well, I hope things get better. And I'm just like, well, you could ask and, see what's going on kind of thing, because I haven't been doing that well. And, yeah, it's a breakup, but it's not the breakup that really is the problem. Whatever. Yeah, breakups are hard, whatever. I didn't even see this coming. It literally was just blindsided. Okay, whatever. And so, I ended up drinking a little bit more. Drinking a little bit more for me is just drinking once. I just drank a bottle once over the weekend. And, I'm already, we got into a car accident. My car flooded out. I'm having severe back pain. Just stuff kind of was piling up. And I was just like, and for the longest time, I've still just kind of not know who I am. I'm still trying to figure that out. And so to kind of get down to today, today didn't happen at all how I honestly don't know what happened. This morning I took my pain meds. Of course, I took a little bit more than I did.
In several moments, detectives pause and let silence linger after Dane's statements. Humans are inherently uncomfortable with silence, especially in high-stress contexts. According to cognitive closure theory, silence creates mental tension that people resolve by filling the gap, usually with more speech.
And I knew that I had no intentions of hurting anyone, because I've never hurt anyone. At least I didn't do that. And so, I just went over to her house because I knew what time she kind of got off, stuff, whatever. And I thought her parents would be home too, so it was not like, I knew she was going to be home alone. And so, she let me in. I was kind of a little already, because first off, I did kind of a no-no, driving kind of under the influence, with my shoulder. And so, I was already maxed out with everything, and we just talked for a second, and honestly, like, I don't even really know why, but I just had the gun, and it's not because I had it for her. I usually would carry one around just because, I'm just kind of paranoid like that. And honestly, right when, it just happened so fast, just talking, and like, I didn't even pull the trigger or anything. Like, all I remember is it went off. And I was just like, what just happened? Like, I don't know what happened. I wasn't trying to hurt her or anything.
Once Dane admits the gun went off, detectives subtly exploit cognitive dissonance, the internal discomfort that arises when actions contradict self-image. Dane sees himself as a caring person who would never hurt anyone, yet his story now includes him shooting his ex-girlfriend. Detectives don't immediately accuse him. They let him sit in that mental conflict.
It went off, and I literally just didn't know what to do. I've been in combat and all that stuff, and I literally just panicked and freaked out because I didn't even, like, it was just in here. Like, I just had it in here, and like, we were talking, and then, like, I don't know if, like, because of how, I was already kind of like loopy a little bit, I was already just woo, and she just made me jump or something, I don't know, but I wasn't trying to hurt her at all, and it went off, and it's not an excuse for anything. I don't know, this whole week has just piled up, and I don't know, I don't even remember it going off, and it went off, and I didn't know what to do. I care about her, but I know, as a friend too, I wouldn't. I don't know.
When discussing the gun, detectives don't outright reject Dane's accidental discharge claim. Instead, they allow it to remain plausible for a time, anchoring him to that narrative. Then, by asking increasingly specific physics-based questions, where was the gun? How were you holding it? Was she close or far? They force his story to collapse under its own contradictions.
What happened after the gun went off?
I just I was just looking, I just saw her, like, she just fell down, and I was just like, I just didn't know what to do. I was like, this is not gonna look good no matter how I do this. I mean,
What'd you do right after that? Right after the gun goes off, what do you do?
I just stared at her. I was just like, well, I tried to see what.
Did you walk over to her?
Yeah.
What happened?
I just got overwhelmed with emotions. I tried to. I honestly, I thought she was dead. And I didn't no intentions of doing that.
Okay.
When a detective repeatedly asks, what happened after the gun went off? Or where did you throw it? He's using cognitive interviewing, a psychology-based questioning method designed to elicit memory recall through open-ended prompts. Each iteration pressures Dane's working memory, forcing him to elaborate while maintaining internal consistency.
I haven't done anything ever in my life like this. It's, I mean, I've been in combat. I've seen people shot. But this is something completely different. And I know this is...
Did you try to help her? I mean, at that point?
I tried to see where it was bleeding. And I mean, from my knowledge, I was like, there's nothing I can do.
Okay.
I mean, I've seen gunshot wounds to that before.
Okay. Did you get anything to try to stop the bleeding?
Honestly, right after I saw that, no one ever to see it. I just...
What'd you do right afterwards, then?
I honestly just freaked out. And I just like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, and I just freaking...
Okay. Right after you go over to her.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. You're helping us. I appreciate that. I know this isn't easy, Dane. Okay? Get that, okay? We know this isn't easy.
Throughout this segment, the detective remains calm, validating Dane's emotional distress. We know this isn't easy. This is effective neutralization, a tactic that keeps the suspect's emotional state steady enough to ensure rational disclosure. By projecting understanding, the detective neutralizes panic and guilt that might otherwise shut the suspect down.
We appreciate the fact that you're trying to be honest. We appreciate the fact you're not playing a game. You're being a man. That's what you've done for the last however many years. And we do appreciate that.
What I did was, whenever I looked at her, and of course it just brought up all of them, like combat stuff that I've seen, and it just flashback. And I didn't want to lose anyone else. And so after I did that, I mean, it felt like forever, but it was just, it's a couple minutes. And I thought she was dead, and so I left.
Okay. Did you do anything before you left? Did you go anywhere else in the house?
I was just right there, and I wasn't gonna try and get away with it and all that stupid shit, like try and cover it up, because you can't cover that stuff up, and it was an accident. It's my fault. I don't know what.
Okay.
The detective continually reassures Dane that honesty is respected and manly. We appreciate that you're trying to be honest. You're being a man. This appeal taps into normative social influence, which drives individuals to conform to perceived social expectations. By aligning honesty with masculinity and integrity, the detective reframes confession as socially rewarding rather than punitive.
After that, when I was driving home, I almost just wanted to crash the car. I honestly was about to call the cops. But I've never dealt with this before, and I was too scared, even though it's not a good enough excuse, but I wasn't trying to destroy evidence, but I just threw the gun away. But I know where it is if you guys need.
Where'd you throw it at?
It's over. I put it, in Rocky Creek, if you know where that's at. It's, where Whitetail and stuff like that is.
13th Street there.
I threw it in the water, but it's not really in the water. It's like right next to the kind of the bridge thing.
Okay. If I showed you an overhead picture of the area, do you think you could point it out?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll work on that in a minute. What kind of gun is it?
It was a 45.
You know what kind?
I think it was a Smith & Wesson.
Detectives mirror Dane's tone, posture, and language patterns throughout the session, then gradually shift from empathy to seriousness as the story deepens. This synchronization builds subconscious trust and rapport. As the interrogation intensifies, the detective's shift in tone subconsciously signals to Dane that his own emotional stance must adjust too, leading him to adopt guilt, shame, or defensiveness naturally.
Did you try to contact her at school?
It hurt, but I respected what she wanted, and this was like the first kind of day I wasn't like, sorry, but balls deep in just pain and everything, and because originally she was supposed to, because my parents found out town, she was supposed to take care of me on Sunday, so that's why I thought she might be able to, at least hear me out. just post surgery.
So at some point, though, you drive over to her house, to her folks' house.
Yeah. Like what 10. I'm trying to think what time that. It was like probably like 11:30, and I sat in my truck, not like at our house, but I just sat in my truck for a while because it was just like
In the neighborhood there? Or?
just very intimidating where I didn't want to.
You know whereabouts you were sitting at?
Like when you go into the neighborhood, you can turn right, and it goes like all the way down to her house, and I kind of just parked before you turn right to go all the streets all the way down.
Okay.
Because I have to, just gain composure and think about stuff before, because I'm an emotional person.
Okay. You think that was what time you think you pulled into the neighborhood?
About like 10:15, 10:30 or something like that.
The detective repeatedly asked for specific times, when Dane left, parked, or walked up. This is not mere curiosity. It's temporal context reinstatement, a psychological method used to evoke contextual memory and expose deception. Genuine memories naturally contain sensory markers, light, temperature, emotions, while fabricated ones lack depth.
As you walk up to the front door, because as I recall, you might have to walk up some steps. Okay. Where's the gun at then?
I just have it.
Still in the sling?
I just have it in my sling.
When do you take it out of your sling?
I mean, it's the best way to kind of start ground it is it was just like it was kind of out already, and I just kind of had it like just pointing down in here, so it would be like
It was in your right hand?
Yeah.
So it's kind of in your hand in the sling?
Not in my hand, but it was like it was in here, and because I shoot left-handed,
Mm-hmm.
so
was it muzzle into the sling? So like
muzzle,
a cross-draw shoulder or a cross-draw holster?
The muzzle was facing out.
Okay.
It's not going to help, but
Oh, no, it's all right. It is what it is, right? I mean, that's what we're talking about. Okay. So did you have the gun in your right hand? It was just laying next to the hand.
It was in my hand, but she came around and just startled me. Just pulled it.
Pulled.
Dane has already admitted key actions: driving there, entering, holding the gun. The detective exploits this incremental honesty using the foot-in-the-door escalation tactic, securing small admissions to make the next one easier. Each statement Dane makes, "I walked in, she startled me, I had the gun," psychologically binds him to consistency.
The trigger or pulled the gun?
Yeah.
How did you shoot it?
It was like...
With your right hand? Okay.
Yeah, and I had it aimed down, and so when I walked in, because I know Well, when she pretty much came around the corner, she just like jumped and just kind of like freaked me out. So I went like that. It was just like almost like a natural reaction.
How many times did you fire?
Just once.
So she comes around the corner, you walk in, you have the gun, and you're slaying with your hand. I mean, your hand's holding it, I assume. Okay. And you must have your finger near the trigger.
Yeah, I never put it on it, just for kind of like the fire muzzle or trigger safety thing, and then it's just like, and she kind of just, I don't even know how we startled each other, but then it
just goes off. Why did you walk in?
I was on the medicine and I wasn't thinking logically.
I mean, what did you expect to occur when you walked in? She wasn't expecting you, was she? I mean, you hadn't made a plan to come over and talk to her.
No, because she would never talk to me or anything like that.
Did you knock on the door first?
No, and I thought letting Max in would be like a sign that.
As the interrogation progresses, the detective subtly highlights contradictions between Dane's earlier and current versions of events. Instead of accusing him outright, the detective allows Dane's own story to dismantle itself. This taps into schema incongruity theory, which posits that when a person's mental framework, schema, no longer aligns with reality, psychological discomfort arises.
How many times had you been over to the house before?
To her house, like 3 or 4 times.
Okay. Always with her? Okay.
I helped change her oil. I mean, we'd hang out, play with the dogs and stuff like that.
Okay. So you walk up, park down the block, and you walk up. Why didn't you just pull up, I guess, to the house? What did you think would happen if she saw you or saw your car?
Because she probably, well, I didn't know if her dad was going to be there, and it was just going to be like an automatic, just call the cops, honestly.
Okay.
I honestly don't know what.
So you walk up, you walk in, and are we just talking almost instantly you hear her get up, she comes around the corner, as you said, and the shot goes off? Or is there some time that you're in the house? How far into the house do you get, do you think?
Not even like past that stair. Like, I wasn't even trying to aim. I wasn't anything like it.
Okay. Did the gun function like it was supposed to? I mean, did it malfunction when you looked at it later? What did it look like?
No, this just isn't helping my case, but whenever I carry a pistol, I always carry it loaded, because the one time you know it's not loaded is when you're going to need it.
After Dane's accidental shooting claim, detectives begin subtly introducing questions that conflict with his mental schema of events: location of injury, distance, and timing. These contradictions overload his working memory, increasing stress and error likelihood.
And I've had those experiences before, and so I always just carry it like that.
You think it's a Smith? Is it a double action only? Does it
There's
have
no
a
safety on it.
Does it have a hammer?
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Oh, no. It's the...
Or is it more like a Glock where it's just doesn't have a hammer or anything?
I think it has a hammer, but it's more of like a sliding.
It's still an automatic.
Yeah. But
can you cock it with your thumb?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
No. Unless you're...
Do you know what the model number on it is? Or what any of the writing on the gun itself says?
The only thing I know is I think it says Smith and Wesson.
Okay. What color is it?
Black.
Okay. You know how many rounds it holds in the magazine?
12.
Okay. And then you said it was a 45. Do you know what brand of ammunition you shoot?
I've had the same ammunition for like a long time because I just don't shoot it.
Okay. So you walk up, you go in the door, just take a step in. She's right there, and the gun goes off.
And I'm pulling the trigger.
Okay. Why? I mean, honestly. Between us here. I mean, right now, man. Why?
I mean, I pretty much accepted the fact that we were done. I didn't...
That doesn't make it easier.
No.
As Dane's inconsistencies become evident, the detective's warmth subtly fades. This transition from empathy to neutrality activates interpersonal dependency withdrawal, where the suspect, having relied on rapport, now experiences psychological unease when the emotional connection recedes.
Wouldn't use it, but then if, just listen to me for a second and I'll leave kind of thing. I don't even know.
Make her sit still, not call the police, but listen to you.
Not even that. Just
okay.
Listen. Just listen for 5 seconds.
Well, and that's what I'm at. I guess, why do you need the gun to get her to do that? I mean, I understand your concern that you show up and they're just instantly going to call the cops. Her brother told you, right? If you don't quit pestering her, she might press charges on you. Didn't he tell you that?
Yeah, and that's what was so weird, was because it was like, all I did was have to ask her, hey, like, how was your day? Like, and this is like in the evening, and I asked her, how was work? And she just tells him that, and it's like, she didn't even tell me.
Okay. Now, when you took the pills this morning, was that at your mom's house there? Okay. Then you drove around for a while, trying to just think about how you were going to approach this, or what were you thinking about then?
I wasn't trying to hurt anyone, that's for damn sure, but...
Tell me this. Did it cross your mind that you were going to kill her? When you walked in to the house, when you walked up to the house and when you walked into the house, from what you're telling me, you had the gun so that you could convince her to take you serious, to listen to you. Okay. But that's why you had the gun with you, was to confront her so she would listen to you. Is that right? I mean, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I just want to know what you're telling me, okay?
I don't want to hurt people. I want people to fuck me over. All I do is help people. I go out of my way to help people. In Manhattan, I'll go pick up a homeless person and take him home, let him shower, and get him food. I mean, that's what I've tried to get help through the VA. Fuck them, they don't help me.
By the final stage, the detective allows Dane to rationalize his behavior through self-pity and frustration. I help people, and they just hurt me. This isn't indulgence. It's a controlled venting channel rooted in justification theory, which posits that individuals seek to restore moral balance after wrongdoing. The more Dane verbalizes justifications, the more ownership he takes of his actions.
Dane, tell me this. So let me get this correct, okay? You walk into the residence. All right, you got the gun. You showed us right here in your right hand.
Yeah.
You kind of go around the corner, and she comes around the corner. There are no words exchanged between you guys. She says she kind of startles you, and you kind of startle her. But there's no words exchanged, and then the shot goes off. Am I correct on that?
Yeah.
Okay. And this is over kind of by where the stairs are?
This is like, yeah, once I come in, it's like right there, and she's like coming around the kitchen, so she's like right by the table. And so I'm like on the other side of the stairway, kind of like where that like couch is.
And I wasn't in there, so how far, basically, when this happens, how far are you guys away from each other? Is it from you to I or further? Or?
Like, this is like, I walk in, the stairway is right here.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like a little couch right here, and then the table would be like that corner, like a little bit farther.
Yeah, so roughly 7-8 feet, somewhere like that.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing I'm going to ask you if you would do is, I don't know how old this thing is. This is an old part of a pellet gun. Careful, you don't want to pinch yourself with it because it doesn't stay together all the time. Can you show us how you were holding the gun?
So like, ow, that hurt. Like, probably I can have some of that, so it's probably just like that.
Pretty similar to that. Okay. And if you could kind of stand up, pretend like right here's the doorway as you're coming in.
Mm-hmm.
I guess. So you step in enough that you can close the door.
Mm-hmm.
And then
So I was holding it like that.
When a detective hands Dane the toy gun, it's not just a visual demonstration. It's a psychological trigger. Embodied cognition theory holds that bodily actions influence thought processes. By reenacting the moment, Dane's motor memory overrides verbal control. His gestures reveal instinctive truth. The direction, stance, and hand movement contradict his words.
So I close it, and then like she popped around, and I just don't know what happened. She was just like that, like it jerked up, and then it just my finger just slipped and just.
Okay. Okay. Now, the way you're showing in there was you didn't have a grip on the gun?
Yeah, like I wasn't. Just because, like, I'm not gonna walk in there kind of like that, but yeah, like I had it, like.
You had it gripped, but still kind of pointed downward.
Yeah.
And then as she came around,
It just slipped, like I jerked up out of accident. And...
Okay.
Finally, when confronted with forensic facts, the bullet trajectory and shell casing placement, Dane's fabricated imagery collapses. Reality monitoring theory suggests that real memories are grounded in perceptual and spatial detail, while false ones rely on logical structure. The detective methodically juxtaposes Dane's account with sensory evidence, dismantling the cognitive scaffolding of deception. From a legal standpoint, The interrogation of Dane Owens was a textbook example of strategic evidence extraction. The detective maintained procedural integrity, reading Miranda rights clearly, ensuring voluntary participation, and documenting Dane's coherent consent. Through patient questioning and tactical neutrality, the detective obtained multiple incriminating admissions: premeditated approach, illegal entry, possession of a loaded firearm, and inconsistent accidental claims. Dane's reenactment and detailed timeline contradicted forensic findings, proving deliberation rather than impulse. Legally, this sequence of voluntary statements, corroborated by physical evidence, forms a strong foundation for conviction, demonstrating intent, opportunity, and consciousness of guilt beyond reasonable doubt. Dane Owens was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after serving 25 years for the first-degree murder of his ex-girlfriend, Rowena Irani. In addition to the life sentence, he received an extra 43 months for aggravated burglary, stemming from his unlawful entry into Rowena's home prior to the shooting. The court also ordered Owens to pay restitution totaling $7,470.64 to cover the victim's family's expenses. During sentencing, the prosecution emphasized the premeditated nature of the killing, pointing to Owens' deliberate actions, driving to the home armed, entering without permission, and firing the fatal shot. His defense argued the incident was an accidental discharge linked to PTSD from his military service, but the jury rejected this claim. On appeal, the Kansas Supreme Court upheld the conviction and sentence, concluding that the evidence clearly demonstrated intent and that Owens' confession was voluntary and lawfully obtained.